Hey everyone, this is LuckySevenDX and welcome back to Let's Play Legend of Zelda Spirit Tracks. In the last episode, we made our way up to 4 floors of the Ocean Temple, the Indiana Jones Temple, and 3 plates in a row, blah blah blah. This will be our clue for the next time, because if you go over here, we can't really do that because there's no little whip thing. By the way, we have a whip that's actually a snake. We're freaking like Lucas from Smash Bros. Brawl. I don't know if he uses his rope snake to do stuff. I don't know what he does in Mother 3. I watched an LP in Mother 3, because, you know, a lot of the big LPers have LP'd it, so back in the day when all I did was watch LPs instead of actually playing them, I watched LP in Mother 3. I don't remember anything about the rope snake, so whatever, but we have a rope snake, and that's pretty badass. As you can see, we fight more of these guys, and there's 2 ways you can fight them. You can use your whip or your boomerang to stun them and use them to sword, like the first time we did it, or you can just use your whip and basically beat the shit out of them. Now, as you can see, the whip plus sword method's a bit quicker, because the sword does more damage than the whip. The whip does about half damage of a normal sword strike, let alone a jump attack, so it's like 1/4 the damage. However, using the whip, you're pretty much safe fighting these guys, so it's probably not a bad idea. Anyways, so there's a bunch of those really creepy clownfish, weird freaking head things, the whip switches, the creepy clown whip switches, and basically we're looking for 1 of 3 in the row, then that would be this one right here actually. So take out all the blades, because blades are unimportant. Screw your blades, I'm going home. And this will unlock up all these little wooden things so we can get over to here. However, there's actually one other door you want to go into before you head up there, and that would be accomplished. Well, first I'm actually going to check over here, because there's more of these creepy clown things, but we're going to have to deal with these later, but we're not going to deal with them now, because we don't really know how to deal with them now. And, okay, so the first half of the level is kind of like Indiana Jones section. This one's more like whip puzzle section, and you'll see what I mean later. And of course, it's going to be the boss in this video as well, because we're finishing this temple, darn it. I'm finishing this temple, and we won't stop till it's done. However, there's these little propeller things, and they're actually pretty neat. So what you basically do is you hold the whip down, and then you hold the whip on the little propeller thing, and it'll carry you. Now, you can't control where it goes. It's a set pattern. It'll only take you in one location. But we do need to fly over this pit over here. It's gonna turn any moment now. Come on, turn. Creepy clown things, stop nom-nomming. No more nom-nom for you. But then you'll end up over here, slowly but surely end up over here. Well, this is it's the slowest freaking thing. You can fly a little bit faster, thank you. Jeez. Stupid propeller thing. Anyways, we're here in one of these battle rooms. Now, there's nothing you can really get here, but we needed this to unlock a door elsewhere on this floor. Now, you can't fight these guys. They'll actually shock your ass if you don't. However, the only way you can fight them is by throwing stuff at them. In this case, these blades from the little clownfish things will work quite well. So, nom-nom blade to your face. Nom blade to the face. It's like spin attack to the face, but a lot creepier. I think just spawns blades out of its mouth. I really don't know what to think about that. Really don't know what to think about that. So we're just gonna take another very, very slow propeller ride across here, and hopefully things will be well. So apparently the month of November for me is like the month where everything conspires to prevent me from LPing, because now I'm starting to have headphones issues. Luckily this time I actually have a quick solution, because I actually insured this stupid thing, and the propeller slowly dies. R.I.P. propeller, you were pretty cool. Because, like, okay, first I get sick, and I still have, like, a slight cough. So, if I ever cough on one of these recordings, I'm going to try to edit them out, but if I do, like, I'm still trying to get, like, at least I can talk for the most part, so, like, an occasional cough's just, like, whatever. But, like, just, seriously, the month of November, why do you hate me? This isn't fair. But here we are on floor 6. We're doing more of these. This is actually pretty cool, because they have to actually go all the way up, and then all the way down to grab it, and I missed. Damn it. Link's like, oh, I missed. Yes, that's right. Link is now Wario. Problem. But yeah, you have to actually latch in mid-fall there, which is pretty nifty. Now, this time it'll actually lower the second one there, so we don't have to worry about it so much. And there's I'm gonna throw your helmet at your face. That's what I love fighting those guys, because you're like, I'm gonna take your helmet and I'm gonna throw it at your face. Anyways, so this thing says memorize these patterns because they will be useful elsewhere. Now, elsewhere would be exactly 1 floor below us, which had more of these clownfish. I'm gonna just call them. These are good from now on. They're gonna be called the nom switches. So basically, use your map to record the pattern up here. In this case, I'm using X's to indicate no sword and the dots to indicate a sword. I probably should have done the other way around. It makes more sense to make the X's the sword. But whatever, just spur the moment notation is spur the moment notation pretty much. So that's how it ended up. So don't do anything with these. There's really you won't trigger anything by doing this. Unless there's like some super crazy secret that no one knows of, because they don't really tell you how to do anything up here. Just mark them down, And this one has none of them. All the statues here are going nom 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 nom. I need to stop saying nom nom. This is starting to get a little annoying. This is obnoxious. Anyway, so there's more of these Thorn things. Really, I mean, there's not really much to talk about this temple. I mean, I love this temple, but this is kind of the part where it's just like, kind of boring a little bit. But, I mean, it's just like puzzle solving. Which, I mean, I guess, you know, it's always good to have puzzle dungeons. I mean, some dungeons are just too much action, not enough puzzles, and they get a little stale. Then some dungeons are too much puzzles and not enough action, and they get a little stale. I guess this game in general leans more towards the puzzle sides in their dungeons than the action. Thank goodness, because I'm sorry, but action controlled on touchscreen would be a huge pain in the ass. So we're not going to do that, thank you very much. So there's more of these little... Okay, so that's all the pattern we have right there. It's one of these things. Now, luckily we have a sword, so take a sword in the face! And now, because we unlocked... this is the thing we unlocked by fighting that one battle room earlier. So you actually need to do this in order to get this small key. Because we don't only need... I mean, I guess a small key is like the way to force the player to... like an experienced player to come to this floor, because if you have the pattern memorized... like from an earlier playthrough, you technically don't need to go to the 6th floor then otherwise. So, I guess because of the small key, you actually do still have to go to the 6th floor anyway. So your attempts to thwart the game by memorizing patterns is thwarted, I guess. If anyone ever wanted to speedrun this game, why would anyone ever want to speedrun a DS game? I don't know. But if anyone wanted to speedrun this game, then they would have to, they'll still have to go up to this floor. You can't take a shortcut there. Alas, alas. The game has fooled you. So what we need to do now is basically replicate the pattern. I haven't memorized, so I'm not going to check because I just have a good memory or something. But, basically, it's this, no, I dropped the sword! Give me the goddamn sword! I don't know how the hell I dropped the sword. I didn't even know that was possible until this point. You can apparently drop the swords. Don't drop the sword. It's like the Zelda version of Don't Drop the Soap or something like that. I don't know. Because then your extremely suggestive snake whip will have to pick it up. Where am I going with this conversation? What the hell, Lucky? What is wrong with you, buddy? What is wrong with you? I don't know. But basically, that's all the pattern. All I do is remove these 3 swords again. So, goodbye, sword. Do be careful, because you get accidentally, if you don't throw it, if you throw it anywhere near these nom statues, they'll eat them. And that defeats the purpose. But this will open up this door down there. The other door is a small key door. I think we've probably seen that already. But if not, there we go. It's a small key door. So we have a key. So open the door. And we shall be able to go to this. And we're actually getting pretty close to ending the dungeon. As you guys saw on the floor above, this is the boss key and the boss door. So we're pretty much close to done. I mean, there's 7 floors if you include the little boss room. Which I guess I wouldn't. It's 7 floors. Hey, no wonder I like this dungeon. So there's one that only has little propeller thingy mabobbers, so we're gonna go ahead and ride on this thing. This one's a little trickier because you actually have to land on the platform and won't ever take you over solid ground. So we're gonna ride on this platform, and there we go. See, that wasn't too hard. That was pretty simple. I mean, it's not too difficult. They never really give very complicated puzzles for the dungeon item in the dungeon you get them. They always say those are later dungeons. However, this is going to be a bit more complicated because these guys actually spawn. We've been seeing these guys, well, as Link alone for a while. We saw them in the Tower of Spirits, but we haven't seen them, well, fighting them separately for a while. So, separate from Zelda, I mean. Now, this one, for some reason, it gives me trouble. It's really not that hard. I mean, you have to obviously put the key down and fight these things. However, I try to make it up here, and I don't quite make it, so... it is easier to do the second time because in the second one you won't get the cutscene, which will give you a little bit more time because you won't have to sit there and wait while they spawn. So you actually have a little bit of time to move while they're spawning. So you really only have to deal with the top one. You can fight all 3 of them, though probably the best idea is to just drop it and fight all 3. They really aren't that hard, but yeah, as you can see, you can move while they're spawning. Here I try to throw the key at them. Here's the problem with touchscreen controls. I try to attack the guy, and tapping the guy to attack him, I pick up the key instead, which is just stupid. So, way to go, Lucky. Failing at this like really easy segment. You've just wasted like a full minute being a freaking idiot. But that's okay, that's what I do apparently. So we're gonna be smart this time. I'm gonna throw the key to the side, quickly kill this guy, pick up the key, and you'll have more than enough time to make it over here to the boss door. I mean, if you want to get it right on the first time, you're going to have to fight all 3 of them, though. We kind of proved that. I don't think I could have improved my time on that first run, so you'll have to fight all 3 if you're trying to do it one shot. Which is probably recommended, but whatever. I didn't feel like fighting all 3 of them. They're creepy. They're creepy little floor master thingies. I don't like them. I don't want to fight them. I'm a lover, not a fighter, clearly. Clearly. So basically just a little whip segment here, and we're at the boss here pretty much. So quickly heal up. We'll hit ourselves on the thorns like an idiot. God damn it, Lucky, what the hell's wrong with you? And then we'll go, I'm gonna go ahead and spawn the little return thing. It's always a good idea to do this. Go back, save, you know, because in case you screw up the boss, because some of these bosses are a little tricky, it's always a good idea to have this thing, you know, unlocked. And I'm just gonna go through it this time just to show where it leads, I guess. I don't know. Plus, it's also kind of, just in case you screw up the boss, it's nice to have a save point there. So, I would recommend doing that, I suppose. But, otherwise, we're pretty much good to go, so onwards to the boss. Oh, this is a little interesting room. Oh, well, there's apparently a little there's a little whip segment before we go to the boss. Well then, I shall whip my whip back and forth. You see what I did there? I really should never have made that joke. That was a really bad joke, Lucky. What the hell's wrong with you, buddy? But, what we're going to do now is we're going to basically whip our way across and go over like that green and purple blob thing. Like why is like green and pink together? There's like the creepiest colors. Like, and yes, every time you hear that noise, just dodge because he's gonna shoot pink gunk at them. I don't even want to know what that's. I don't even want to know. Keep your boogers away from me. Keep your pink, disgusting boogers away. But yeah, light green and pink. Like, why are they such creepy alien colors? I don't understand why they just look so creepy together. There's like a creepy green, pink, pulsating blob up there. It's just like, ew. Why? I don't understand why those two colors, like, separately those two colors are really cool, but then like together and you're like, this is like the most disgusting thing in the world. I don't know how that works. But there's a little propeller thing, and we're slowly gonna make our way to the top. I think it's pretty cool where, you know, it's like a big giant tower sort of thing, and then you fight the boss on, like, you know, a little pit at the top of this. Also, slight spoilers for Phantom Hourglass, but I feel like this boss is sort of a reference to him, because it feels like the arena is very similar to one of the bosses in Phantom Hourglass. So, I don't know if this is supposed to be like an intentional throwback to him, but either way, this boss is a gigantic pain in the ass. But I love him. I mean, as a boss, I think he's really cool. Fighting him, he's annoying as hell. So what you need to do is you need to grab the whip, what the heck? See, I screwed up already. You need to grab the thorns from his tentacle things. He has tentacle things. I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going. Lol, meme base reference, lol. But basically you need to poke his eye out with thorns, which is just, his eye is the weak point. I mean, why is the eye always the weak point? Why can't the nose be the weak point? Why can't their pinky finger be the weak point? Why does it always have to be the eye? Well, I guess, I mean, you know, honestly, if you took a thorn to the eye, that would hurt like hell. I guess that kind of makes sense. But his eye is covered by little poison, I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to be. Little poison clouds, so you do have to whip quite a few thorns to open up his weak point. And in the meantime, you have to dodge these things. Now, it only does a quarter of a heart of damage when you take a hit by those. Honestly, it's not a bad idea, especially later on, because you're going to see later on it's going to get more complicated than this, and taking a hit by the purple things, or the pink little blob booger stuff, not actually a bad idea, because taking a quarter heart of the damage, and it still lets you be invincible, because you can see now, he's going to also attack you with his tentacles. Once again, I've seen enough hentai to know where this is going, but you do want to, I mean, getting a little bit of brief invincibility while he's doing the tentacle thing, not a bad idea, because if he hits you with both of them at the same time, it will do enough knockback to knock you off the stage, and that's a full heart damage. So, if you're trying to conserve hearts, it's probably a good idea to actually take a hit from the pink thing, and use that to be immune to his tentacles. Because sometimes it is pretty hard to dodge them while you're fighting back and forth, especially in this last phase here. Now, what makes this really complicated is he starts moving his tentacles around, and I don't know how, I'm not even sure a good way to grab this stuff without taking a hit. I mean, you kind of have to do it while he's in the middle of attacking you, which is already pretty complicated. So taking a hit from the pink stuff, getting some immunity, might not be a bad idea. But luckily, oh, come on, no, come on, just give me a thing, and I want you to hit, no, this last segment is just such a pain in the ass. Like, there's so many things hitting you back and forth. It's really hard to move around with all this pink stuff out of the way. But just get a lull, hit him, and I mean, I only took 3.5 hearts of damage. Honestly, that's not bad. Even in the take them all on challenge, which, like I said, you have to refight these bosses. Taking 3.5 hearts of damage is actually pretty good on this boss. He tends to do a lot of damage. It's just really hard to. He just has a lot of attacks. It's really hard to avoid all of them. As a boss, though, you know, fighting with the whip, he's really fun. He just does a lot of damage. it really becomes a battle of attrition, and you know, the take them all on challenge. You don't really can't really afford a battle of attrition. But I mean, that's how you fight the boss pretty much. A bit chaotic, a bit crazy, but Indiana Jones Temple is now complete. We're gonna get this little cutscene once again, where this little thing activates. I don't even know what these things are supposed to be. They're just like little things. They're just like, hey, it's a thing. It's a thing. Why not? You got a thing, indeed. So the little blue crystal thingy shines, and we get more spirit tracks, and all was well with the world. So it's going to zoom all the way out here, and it's going to end up over here with the ocean. I mean, we've seen all this before. This game, I guess, I don't know if it's a fault of the game or a good thing, but it's very repetitive. You know, it's going to go to the tower's going to go in there, we're going to go back to the tower spirits, rinse and repeat. But that is 3 little repetitions of this done. That is Dungeon 3 taken care of. I guess this marks like the halfway point of the LP. I guess it's about halfway done. There's only a few more dungeons. However, there's a lot of side quest stuff, so I guess it sort of balances out in the end. So I guess we're at the halfway. It might be a little longer than halfway because honestly, a lot of that side quest. There's gonna be quite a few side quest videos. In fact, after this, there's gonna be several side quest videos. So I guess I'm going to go over the whole process of side questing in the next video. So I guess if you aren't a fan of side questing, I'll give you a little menu to skip. And you know what? Screw this! I'm going to jump off a cliff. It's just such a long cliff. He falls so far. I was like, let's just jump off a cliff. Why not? That's just fun. Let's do it. And Link is suicidal, but all was okay because the third dungeon is taken care of. So in the next episode, guys, like I said, the post-Dungeon 3 side questing is going to begin. There's lots of pretty cool stuff to do, and lots of not-so-cool stuff to do. So this is LuckySevenDX signing out. I will see you guys in the next episode of Spirit Tracks. Dungeon 3 is complete. We are making good progress. We're going to save the world, and all will be good. Goodbye, guys.